I'm not the kind of photographer that's going to shoot on a tripod. Okay. Um, First question before I took the job was, do I have to shoot on a tripod? No, you take it off the tripod and hold it in your hand. And I shot a lot of pictures of children, with different backgrounds. And I've shot couples, pregnancy shots, band, like musical band shots. Well, anyway, JCPenney Portrait Studios, and also the Sears Portrait Studio, which closed down. They had this plan, like you're supposed to shoot. Well, first of all, you give people 10 minutes. Okay, you got to get it done in 10 minutes in the camera room. And you have to do the shot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, backlight, a smiley shot, and all this little formula that we had to use for every client, child that came in there. Okay, now I'm not the kind of photographer that's going to shoot like that. And I was always in trouble because I didn't. Because what happens is they send your pictures in to the parent company, which is Lifetouch, which Lifetouch has sold out to Shutterfly. I don't know how long they're going to be there. But here's the thing. Okay, even the graduation shots we put together, which the graduation shots is kind of a bit different. But when you're, because we had this formula for graduates, and that's okay. I do them with their hat, do them an action shot, do them, in the gown, and this and that and the other, and then make a creative package for them, including the canvas. But when you're shooting children and you're trying to capture the personality of that child, you don't want some formula to where they look like every other kid. You go to your neighbors and say she's got a child your age. Well, she's got the same little shots, No, I'm not going to do that. And because my, everything I shot went into the main company, I was in trouble a lot because I'm a creative person. And when I shot children, I wanted to get their image, of course. But not only did I want to get their image, I wanted to get their personality. I can remember this one little girl, and I sold a tremendous amount of shots, canvases, everything. She come in there, she was like 2 years old, and the mother was a single parent. She was very sweet too. But the thing is, this little girl was everywhere. And she ran off of the canvas, off of the shooting area. And she'd come toward me because I was down with the camera, and I shot her. I shot her in all of her different little moods. Then I made a real big canvas with big old flowers around it, daisies. Her mother bought everything. But I captured the moment of that child. Now, but kids, when they get around 2, 3, 4, 5, you got the same formula for every one of them. And if you don't follow their formula, then you're in trouble. And most of the photographers that were working at Sears Portrait Studio, which closed after I said kiss my butt, and then JCPenney, those photographers are not really photographers. They're just pointing and shooting by a plan, by a plan. And everybody gets the same thing. That's not going to happen with me. You come into my studio, which I still have a studio, Freelance, that I've got to get some lights for. But, because I've changed the location of the background. But you come to me, and I'm going to look at you. I'm going to listen to you talk, and I'm going to watch you. And then I'm going to put you in front of my camera, and I'm going to snap you when you don't know. I did that with a couple. Oh my gosh, they used the portraits at their wedding. And I'm not trying to make myself look good, but I'm just telling you that if I wanted a package, and these JCPenney packages are not cheap. I know they're around $300 for the complete package. Do yourself a favor and hire you a professional photographer. I mean, I don't care if they take your kid outside. They can get more creative shots than you can in those studios, because those photographers are not photographers. They're not professional. Because you're going to get the same thing your neighbors get. You want somebody that's going to capture your child the way she is, he is at a certain age. Because you're not just looking for the image or the dress or the bow. You're looking for the personality of that child at that age. And everybody's different, you know. But yeah, I stayed in trouble because I didn't do kids the way they wanted me to. And of course, you know, they were reporting me, oh, you know, she's not following the rules. But I was selling the packages, yeah. I ain't going to follow your rules when you put me in a creative field. You guys can do better with a point and shoot camera or an iPhone. An iPhone will do it. And you can do different backgrounds, all kinds of stuff. But if you want somebody to photograph your family, get you a professional photographer who doesn't have to go within the guidelines of some company, who can't trust their photographers to make any creative decisions. I did this one couple, and like I said, they loved it. They were crying, you know. And then I did this musical band. And they had been in my studio. They had worked with me in my music studio, and they came in. I'm having to cram all the band members together. JCPenney says they don't want hand signals and this, that, and the other. Screw that. I knew my guys. They were good guys. They did black music, and they're going to do all this stuff, you know. So I knew that they were going to do this. So in order to get them all in there, because you don't have much of a space to work with in there, but I got them close, and I stood up on a ladder and went over, and yeah, they were doing all this. Yeah, I got in trouble for that too, but they bought all their pictures, and they were using these pictures for promotional shots to promote their gigs. Because when they come to, like when you go to JCPenney and you get a photographer, which is just actually some little young kid that is just going to point and shoot, you know, they really don't know, and they're following some kind of scripted thing. But when you go to a photographer, you want somebody that's going to capture you, your personality, something that represents you. If it's your child, you want something that represents them at their age. Say a favorite toy. They might not even be looking at the camera and smiling. They might be engaging in the toy. And you can get that. Those are the best shots to me, because you're capturing your child in action. But if you go to JCPenney, you're not going to get that. You're just not going to get that. So save your money and hire me. Or no, seriously, save your money. Do not go to those commercial places like that. They're closing them down anyway because they're losing money because of that thing right there. And if you want somebody to take some time with you, JCPenney only allows 10 minutes in the camera room. Of course, I always took as long as I needed to. That's the reason I sold a lot of packages. Don't go there. Just find you a freelance photographer. I'm not going to badmouth any business unless it is for a purpose. And my purpose in telling you not to go to JCPenney Portraits and get you a professional photographer, or do it yourself. You do better doing it yourself. Don't go there. And I'm telling you this, not to badmouth them, but to help you not to get duped into something that you're not going to be happy with. Now, I will say this, as far as printing goes, if you're going to do your own, you can go to Walmart Photo Center. You're going to have to find one that has somebody who is a photographer. You can print canvases. You can do all kinds of stuff. I've used mine here, but I have a person that I talk to. I'm not going to talk to no 18, 19, 20-year-old about my canvases that I'm about to spend $20 on. I'm not going to talk to them. I'm going to talk to Joe, because Joe is a seasoned photographer and he works in there. Now, some of these photo centers, like Walgreens has a photo center where you can scan in photos and you can just pull the drawer out, put them in, and scan them in. And then you can also use your digital, whatever. And you can also use a 35 millimeter and go. And what happens is they will give you prints, and they will give you a disc that has your prints on it that are digital, because you're using 35 millimeter film. They're pretty cool, but I would doubt that you would get a professional there to help you in any kind of editing you need to do. But if you can find you a good Walmart photo center, like I have found with my guy named Joe, who understands photography, understands copyright law for photography, and will do a good job. Some of these other Walmarts, no, but you need to just find you somewhere. When you go to Walmart Photo Center too, if you're a professional photographer, you'll fill out a copyright. You have to sign this copyright thing. I don't know what the contract, and it'll go in your file, and you won't be questioned whether or not, is this your shot? This looks like a professional shot. Oh, well, yeah, it's a professional shot. And it's mine, so print the damn thing. Because they do have good labs for printing. Anyway, I want to stop talking. I'm getting really a lot of talking here, and I'm pretty much done. I'm going to edit this out. Y'all have a blessed day.